Hello, hello, hello. So this is my second attempt at a multi-generational lamination. In this project, I chose white oak for our border. Coming in, we have wenge, followed by canary wood, purple heart, and canary wood in the center. I mirrored this with equal rips both ways, and then I doubled up my material and did this twice for our first generation, which is a simple lamination. So we'll be joining both boards in our second lamination. And this process starts right here on our glorified electric miter box. We have a angle set on the miter box along with a board stop. This board stop that we got set gives us a guarantee that every piece to come out is equal. Now, every other piece to come out of the box we are going to flip, and this gives us a good visual of the lamination to be. This lamination process right here is going to start at the glue up. We're going to start with gluing these up into pairs. And like every glue up of pattern, you're going to want to make sure that it's as precise or as perfect as we can, right? So we're going to wipe away that excess glue just under hand pressure. And then when I can, I like to apply my clamps off to the side so I can see if there's any shifting during final pressure of the clamps. Again, we'll wipe off the excess glue, and then from pairs, we're going to glue up into groups of 4. And then, as you guessed it, we're going to glue from groups of 4 into larger groups. This is just some really stupid, sick, vertical glue up here. It's amazing the initial tack of PVA glue. I just had to include this footage with the video. Speaking of video footage, I'm going to blame my lack of video content on this channel on midlife crisis. This was filmed when I moved to New Mexico, and I was getting my wood shop set up there. I am now in Colorado. I'm happy to report, though, this wood shop has been transported with me to Colorado, and I am currently performing woodworking magic in my own place of residence. And when I'm done with that, we will be producing woodworking back in this shop. You just got to stick around with me just a little bit longer. As for that, we're going to remove that excess glue, and there it is. All right, moving on, we're going to join these two and the last pair to this one. And then we'll have one more glue up for a final board. And here she is, all our material glued up in our second generation. This is also known as the chevron pattern. We're going to continue this lamination process by throwing this border material back at the miter box. And we're going to cross this chevron pattern, giving account of our saw curve. It's important to account for the saw curve cutting directly over center. That way when you flip the following piece, your pattern matches up precisely. And then going back to the box, we're going to cut that in the exact same spot as we did previously. And this one stays face up. The following one we're going to go ahead and flip over and label and continue on. Face up, flip over, face up, flip over. I love this third generation, WM, WM, MW, MW, however you look at it. We are then going to glue up into pairs and groups from there, of course, until we end up with our third generation. Again, we're going to throw this third generation at the miter box. Now I chose to cut the pattern on the upslope of the M, going from right to left this time. This first cut seems awfully small compared to the following cuts, but we are cutting the pattern in the same exact spot. Giving account our saw curve, of course, to cross over center. So this is just one example of multi-generational lamination. Another good example of multi-generational lamination would be cutting boards that are being produced today. Something I've noticed with this form is that as you increase in generations, the number of times your pattern repeats decreases. Meaning next time I'll have to make fewer cuts to produce the next generation. So I found out with this generation that you can take your cut off, put it on your material, flip it over, and yeah, look at there. It fits perfectly onto the pattern. We'll glue this up for our 4th generation and throw it at the miter box again. This will be the last time, as we're going to take this at an extreme angle from short V to short V. Well, the last time that it's going to fit on the miter box anyways. And look at there. So that's Sky, one of the many souls that I missed from New Mexico. We're going to label that, put it at our glue station, point out our next cut, and we're only going to be able to cut this pattern at 3 points this time, making for a really cool glue up though. Our 5th generation. For our 6th generation, we're going to use a track saw for our cutoff. I'm going to stop short of cutting into the board on the other side, rotate it to the side, and remove the track saw off the track. There's a clamp that holds the track in place. Very, very cool saw. We're going to finish up our cut here with a little bit of Buzzall. And there you go, it's free. And now I'm getting excited. I'm thinking, as I'm flipping it over, that we might be able to close this up on the 6th generation. Unfortunately, we've got a little gap down here on the 6th generation, so we are going to take the cutoffs that I have from the first couple of times that I didn't realize I could flip over. Thank God I have them. Double sticky tape them to a piece of MDF as a sacrificial sled and run them through the table saw here. This will give me 2 little slivers that we can slide in and close this up. I still have this board. Waiting to finish it up. I'm not sure what to do with it. Make it into a clock? I have no idea. Wall hanging. Let me know what you think. Until next time, you all be safe out there.